Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Welcome to the bold and the beautiful daily YAPP your after program ponderings for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing, or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. What happened on the bold and the beautiful? So, after all these years, and it's been quite a few, Bill and Katie are finally back together. Yay! Well, maybe not. Sadly, it all falls flat because it seemed to come out of nowhere with almost zero build-up. Yes, Bill and Katie have been spending a lot of time together since learning Luna sexually assaulted their son and is now carrying their grandchild. But they certainly didn't have any scenes where they discussed their own relationship, Bill's mistakes of the past, and how things ended. Instead, Bill asked Katie to move back in with him. She said yes, and now they are back together, as if he had never had an affair with her sister, married her sister, and begged her sister to return to him 5 minutes after Katie had turned him down a few years back. How does one just go back to a man who did that to you without even discussing the Brooke-sized elephant in the room first? This reunion just seems weird because the entire thing appears to be based on wanting to be there for Will and has nothing to do with them as individuals or even as a couple. When a pair reunites after so many years apart, shouldn't it be done as something more than an afterthought? Don't Katie and Bill deserve better? Want more details? We got you. Soap Central has the best full B and B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not. Seriously, do not forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs. Hey, admit it, we are funny in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. The November 13th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful felt like a slow burn simmer that should have boiled over, but somehow didn't. Fans expecting fiery passion, dramatic declarations, or a sweeping reconnection between Bill Spencer and Katie Logan instead found themselves leaning a little closer to the screen, muttering, "Wait, that's it." But don't be fooled. In true B and B fashion, what seemed quiet on the surface was hiding a storm beneath. And today's episode set up fault lines that might just explode in the coming days. Below is your full yap yelling at the people on the program style recap, packed with snark, emotion, and all the underlying tension that made this episode both strangely satisfying and frustratingly incomplete. Bill Spencer walks into the room like a man with a plan. Bill Spencer entered Katie's living room today with that trademark Spencer strut, the one that screams, "I own the building, the block, and possibly the zip code." Even his suit seemed a little more fitted than usual, like it knew it was part of a moment he'd been waiting for. Katie, on the other hand, was cautious. Her smile was warm, but not glowing. Her eyes were soft, but not sparkling. And yes, fans noticed. The early exchange was polite, too polite. Gone were the heated emotions, the longing looks, the electricity that usually crackles when Beatty share the same air. Instead, we got a gentle hello, a hug that felt like a handshake wearing a sweater, a conversation so formal you'd think they were preparing for a corporate retreat. This wasn't Bill and Katie's usual dynamic. And you could feel Bill sensing it immediately. Bill, ever the optimist, Bill started out with his familiar charm, praising Katie's strength, her beauty, her loyalty, basically giving her the Spencer greatest hits monologue. He talked about their shared history, their family, their bond. He even invoked Will as the symbol of everything they built together. Normally, this would melt Katie right into him. But today, something was off. Katie's responses were kind but measured, almost clinical. She wasn't pushing him away, but she wasn't leaning in either. This wasn't a firm no, it was a soft not yet, or maybe not at all. For Bill Spencer, that's worse. Katie Logan, queen of controlled, emotional chaos. Katie's internal struggle has been building for months. She's been heartbroken by Bill more times than anyone can count, and while she's forgiven him before, the memory of all the betrayals still hangs in the air like perfume from seasons past. But today, Katie wasn't angry. She wasn't hurt. She wasn't even overwhelmed. She was disconnected. And that's what truly chilled the scene. Katie's side of the conversation felt like a puzzle missing one important piece. Her words were sincere. "I'll always care about you, Bill. We'll always be family. I want us to be in a good place." But her tone, flat, controlled, careful. A woman who has loved deeply is now guarding herself so fiercely she can barely let the feelings through. Viewers could see it before Bill did. Katie's heart was somewhere else, or at least not fully in this reunion conversation. Even the lighting in the scene made her look distant, her face half in shadow, half illuminated. Symbolic? Absolutely. The missing spark, and Bill finally notices. As the conversation rolled on, Bill's confidence began to waver. He leaned forward more. His hands moved emphatically. He tried to get Katie to meet his gaze, but she kept shifting her eyes away. That's when he finally stopped talking long enough to feel the moment. "Bill, Katie, what's wrong?" Katie froze just slightly. And that pause, the kind that only lasts a second but feels like a minute, said everything. She wasn't ready to say it, but Bill already knew. This reunion was missing something. Bill's realization hits hard. You could see it in the tightened jaw, the softened voice, the way he leaned back as if bracing himself. He knew. Katie wasn't swept up in nostalgia. She wasn't moved by his romantic gestures. She wasn't emotionally matching his intensity. She didn't seem eager to try again. This wasn't the reunion he had imagined for weeks. Bill Spencer, the man who always controls the narrative, was losing ground. Carter Walton echoes in the room without being there. Let's be honest, Carter's presence was felt even though he never showed up. Not by name, not by appearance, but by energy. Katie's behavior makes sense only in the context of her slow, thoughtful, emotionally safe connection with Carter Walton. Carter is the anti-Bill, calm, gentle, consistent, predictable in the good way. So when Bill talked about passion and destiny, and what we're meant to be, Katie seemed almost allergic to it, because she has tasted something new, something stable, something healthy. Even if the show didn't mention Carter today, Katie's body language practically wrote his name in the air. Bill makes one final plea. Bill, refusing to go down quietly, made one last heartfelt attempt. And to his credit, it was one of his more vulnerable moments. He softened. He spoke slowly. He told Katie she deserved every joy, every happiness, every dream. He told her he wants to be the man who gives that to her. But the problem? He wasn't talking with her. He was talking at her. Katie listened, but her heart didn't lean forward. Katie's gentle letdown. Katie thanked him for the words. She acknowledged how much they meant. She told him she would always appreciate the life they built. But then she said the sentence that broke Bill's face in half. "I just don't know if we're in the same place anymore." Ouch. Ouch again. Ouch in slow motion. That was the moment Bill felt the ground shift beneath him.